Hello, everybody. Patricio here, and welcome to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Last time, we did a whole long battle against well, the new episode 5, the final episode, and we had to work with what was her name again? It's not Maya some. No, those were our other characters, but their brother, not brothers, their sisters. The older sister got into some trouble, and the little sister is trying to protect the older one. But there's some very decisive evidence that's leading against her. And also, guys, might notice, I'm not sure, but I upgraded my mic system. It's still the Shure MV7, but now it's going through an audio mixer with XLR. So now using the full power of this mic. So yay! So it'll probably sound better. I'm still trying to mix, trying to work out the bugs and whatnot. So please, please bear in mind, all the other with any mistakes with the audio when I'm still trying to get used to it. Okay. All right. So let us continue. Oh yeah, and we're on the second part of the first trial. Yeah. So there's that. This is gonna be a very long episode in terms in this game. So since this is the first trial and this is the second part, pretty sure there's gonna be 2 parts for each of the other trial days as well. So let us continue. Oh yeah, Emma. Just remind me who we're dealing with, because it's been over 2 weeks or so since the last recorded. All right, so and there's a mosquito in here. God dang it. Anyways, yep. So we got Emma Sky and Lana Sky. That's right. Emma and Lana, and Angel Star, who is just she is not really good with prosecutors. She actually hates them. She says she's she is not biased at all. Totally not biased at all. Okay. A little issue there. So the audio I set up in Streamlabs, it was both outputting the Elgato as well as the audio that's coming through my audio, and combining with the gameplay audio as well. So I actually just changed the audio to just the chat mic, so it's only picking up my audio right now. So that's good. Anyways, sorry about that. Anyways, back at it. Martial law, yeah, this guy, and our victim. So let's get right back into it. Sorry about that. I know it's probably been just like a quick second for you, but it's been like almost 20 minutes for me just trying to fix this whole issue. Alright, so
Mr. Wright?
Huh? What?
Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake, about to reach the surface? But no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there.
Pretty much. Except today, we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway?
Apparently, she got called off to the judge's chambers.
Probably something to do with that piece of cloth.
So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth.
I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hold up, partner. They say that you show red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. Actually, that myth was busted thanks to the Mythbusters. That's when they told me I was a youngin', at least.
Sir Marshall.
Thought I'd come take a look, see at how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They've gone to the home range, locked down tighter than the foreign enemy territory. That's hard to slip out, huh? What is it going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people's compadre? You could be worrying about the cheap prosecutor's taste in muffler, for example.
Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have to do with scarves. He wasn't even wearing a scarf.
Why are you drinking on the job? You don't say. Now, don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow out her slender neck many a time. I saw that day too. She was wearing red muffler. Hold on. That's not what we saw. Okay, we don't have the photo evidence, but that was not red. That was not red we saw. It was white.
What?
At the award ceremony that afternoon. Edgeworth's seen it too, I'd reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, he wasn't wearing a scarf.
So, Miss Star wasn't mistaken.
Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. Sometimes, just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. I have a bad feeling about this.
So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright?
If it's steak sauce, I can cook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh wee. I hope not. All right, here we go. Back in session. I'd just like to resume. What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Oh. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over. Your back is burnt. It can't be. This can't happen.
I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth.
Well then, I believe it is time we continue on with this trial. During our recess, I requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable. It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. What? Who? Who's there? Excuse me? What's with this guy? A strange and stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Who the heck is he? Why is he a part of this? We never even met him before.
Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in.
Who on earth is he? Oh, it's you. You're... yes? What kind of voice should I give this guy? Oh, sorry I'm late, Udgy. The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see. Udgy. How's it been? Swim much these days? Hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy, smizzy. Udgy, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed.
Udgy? Seems so to be his nickname for the judge.
I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, who are you? That's what I'd like to ask myself. So you're Righto, the attorney. I heard good things about you, son. Thanks? Sorry about our little worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? Oh, Edgeworth. You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly. Little Worthy? Mr. Wright. You don't know who the district chief of police? Chief of police? Yeah, I'm surprised myself. He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. The name's Gant. Damon Gant. Why does that... Damon Gant. Damon Gant. I can't put my finger on it, like... Damon Gant? Oh, whoa. There has to be a pun for his name. What? Like Demon Gant? Damon Gant? What's the... Damon Gant? Hold on, just... What's the pun? What's the pun here? I'm not gonna try to look up the spoilers for the chapter. I'm gonna jump all the way to the end of the wiki. No reference, no. Name. Okay. Wait. So his Japanese name, Gonto Kaiji, is literally mean Cliff Jr. in Ocean Kindness. Metaphorically reflects his personality. Okay. Okay, so the last name refers, probably reference to his Japanese name. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm not gonna say anything else. Just for a little bit of spoilers. Just like, Oh, okay. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I thought I'd help out by bringing this.
Hey, that's my sister's muffler.
So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, this guy really was wearing that muffler. But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. On Lil Worthy's car, no less. I don't like these pauses. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth, how could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute, Worthy. I've desired no... I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document, where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature is there, Miles Edgeworth? That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had... Your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made.
This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words.
This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. The court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense for a favor first.
Yes?
Just to be sure. I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife.
The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not.
Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Is it in the... No, it's not that. Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch in. If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, you wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore.
Yeah, but if I cut my fingers, I wouldn't be able to point it at anyone, at people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it.
Alright. Oh, well, let me just take a look at this.
There's a small tag on its knife.
It seems to say SL92.
What does that mean?
Well, I've heard something similar. DL6 of the DL6 incident of fame.
But it's strange.
Huh? What is it?
I'm not certain, but I get the feeling I've seen this somewhere before. Letters like this, or letters that look a lot like this somehow.
Okay, I see a little mark there. That could be blood itself. Let's just hit that.
Don't scare me like that.
I'm the one who's scared.
Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off.
And this dark red stain. Blood? The switchblade knife is added to the court record. Found at the crime scene, wrapped in the defendant's muffler. Small tag attached. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear the explanation from the chief of police himself. Okay, so we have essentially 2 knives. So, probably, maybe, I'm not sure, I'm guessing that this knife is actually the one used to kill the victim, while this knife was used to cut Emma's hand. No, Lana's hand. That was me. Lana. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police and his knife? Sure, sure thing. No, not a problem. Not even a little one, really. Okay, department in disorder. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See? What a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this case here. Case. So I can't talk much about it. I think I missed a line there. There was a murder at the police department? A detective? That's hush-hush information, Udgy. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order. Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright. 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different locations. Yeah, so that was, shown in the preview, of the episode. Oh well, like at the very start of the episode. So 2 killers, 2 different places at the same time.
The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course.
I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. So we're gonna be solving for 2 cases. Excuse me, special? Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, Wright, but I can't say that right now. Not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at that scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery. And I like a mystery. It's wrapped in something. A muffler. This knife was found at the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Righto.
Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can. Righto.
Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that's had me stumped all this time. Okay, so we have to examine it again? Yep. Don't remember where, but I think, yep. It wasn't long ago. For a record. Okay, anything else on this that we haven't examined before? Is SL92. Let's just zoom in on this. Because maybe, you know, there's like a missing number here. Maybe. Or is this just like upside down for nope. It is SL92. Okay, so something in our court record is connected to this. If we maybe like compare the blood that's on this to this and to the knife here, we can see if they really are either the same blood or different blood. Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there. Righto, my boy. Sharp. Hungry. So, something did happen. And why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter. I understand you were busy with Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot? Another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto. I suppose I could help. If you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Well, we already know where the victim was found. Or, well, tell us how he was killed. I think that will help us a lot because, yeah, I would say. Okay, tell us how the victim died. Well, how was the detective killed? How was he killed? That's the interesting part. It's what we call in the force a stabbing with a knife. A knife? That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spirit. We're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. What do you mean? There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death. Seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder. Can I press this again? So if we can get more. Okay, so how about when? Probably gonna be like 5:15, right? So when did the murder at the police department occur? Well, my boy, you're gonna love this. Okay, so let's try this one more time and gonna say where, right? Yeah, where was it found? I mean, of course, the police department, but where exactly? So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? You wouldn't know about the evidence room, would you, Righto? I can't say I've heard of it. I guess I should ask again once I learn a bit more about this evidence room. There's something strange about this than the place where the body was found. Alright, so we need to know more about the evidence room before we continue on. 5:15? But that's when Detective Goodwin was killed in the prosecutor's office. What? Funny, isn't it? A murder taking place at the prosecutor's place, and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances? Coincidence?
It's just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening.
Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident. Great. How can you say there's no connections? No connection. How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, Righto. You understand? Try to understand, Righto. Well, if you can prove that there is a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together. But whatever it is, I better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence.
And that knife. What was it doing there?
I'm not gonna lie, looking at this photo, that the muffler in the muffler, or the scarf in the muffler, that is not red. Because you can tell if something is, red. Because look at the blood that's coming out of the victim, and look at the scarf. It's completely 2 different colors. That has to be like a light tone, like, cloth. It has to be. And it's not no shading or anything like that. It's not no shadows making it lighter. No way. That is definitely like a light colored cloth. I better check this knife out. Okay, like... It's apparently on an apple. Could this knife pop off or something? There's nothing else that we could examine on this. 675. Wait. No. Wait, 675? Well, it could be that this is just upside down with the numbers rearranged or something like that. But I'm not seeing what is needed. I'm not seeing, what is exactly that we have to do to match up the places. Because, I'm not really sure. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. Like, there has to be, like, a stain, like, checking out the stain or something like that. It seems kind of hard to figure it out. By a 4.5-inch knife. This probably might be longer than the knife. 4.5 inches. Like, I wish we could, like, put them side by side to see how long the knife might have been, because possibly, this knife might be a bit longer, Because if at the point where, the blood ends and it's, longer than the knife, then of the original knife, then that might be something, What could it be? What could it be? Let's try to present this. There we go. Wait a second. Ah, at last. An honest to goodness objection. This knife. It has something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Yeah, an honest to goodness, what do you mean from Udgy? This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7s? 12, 2? Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside... Oh, okay, so 221 SL9. Oh. The print name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. Turn it around, and what do you get? 221 SL9. I didn't even see that. Aha! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. It's the same thing that was written on the knife's tag. I didn't even notice that. Order. Well, Chief. Ah, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto. I win? What game is this guy playing? So this knife, was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say? Was it, in fact, a murder weapon? Nice. Good show, little Worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car.
Hard to think there isn't a connection there.
But, okay, hold on. If it was found in the exhaust of Edgeworth's car, and he arrived there at 5:12, then that means the murder must have taken place before 5:15. The body was found at 5:15, and the murder took place before that. So maybe they're trying to pin it on Edgeworth because. But also, wait, hold on. If it was in his muffler and he drove back to the prosecutor's office, that thing would have went out whenever he started the car, or even when he moved. Because like even though like turns and whatnot, like it would have slipped out, unless it was taped or glued on there, which I doubt, because they didn't say, oh yes, it was taped on there, it was glued on there. So it has to be put there afterwards. It will have to be put there after Edgeworth parked.
Why do you think there isn't a connection there?
Something happened to the police department too, huh? You got good looking eyes there, right on my boy. Sharp. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we already went over this. The time has to be. Yeah, okay, the contradict, they're related because of when. Okay? If the crime took place at 5:15, Edgeworth was not there. He was at the prosecutor's office. He was not at the police department. He was at the prosecutor's office. So he could not have been there within 3 minutes just by walking, or maybe he had like a setup. But no, he was at the office. No way. Just gonna load back. Yeah, this note didn't give us the option to, like, you know, turn it around, so that's why, you know, we couldn't have tell. Okay, so did anyone examine the blood on the handle? Okay, so if we... Okay, which one was the whole evidence? Yep. Okay, so where was found? The evidence room?
The evidence room. Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now?
Yep. Here's the connection between the two cases.
You seem happy, Mr. Wright.
Happy. We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can begin to testify about the details. Okay, so do we go back to this? There is a connection, so is it possible to what the wait, just never know, you know? So if we present this, okay, bring on back, bring on back. Okay, how about we do this? No. Load. Talk about this. Okay, so how about we bring up the knife then? It's either the knife or it is connected. Just I don't want to prove it. Just it just is okay. Just connected. Hey, no, it's yes. I'm missing something. Like what is? Oh my god, just oh my god. It is linked. I mean, it's not officially, but there's evidence that we can combine together to talk about this. So, what do we combine? What do we combine? What do I show? Okay, how about the time? Well, it says it between 4 o'clock and 5:30, so it does fit within, you know, the whole combination of things. Anything you can say? Oh. Chief, the defense position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. You don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Miss Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the log was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention, the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. We also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. Stop looking at me. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduce right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial, after all. What? Really?
Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed?
Really? You can't pull out the name? You're gonna tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh, well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Okay, so... let's say the victim's gender. Man or woman. Okay. How about the gender of the victim? You wanna know that? Okay. A hint. Let's see. First hint. Okay, so a man. Ah! It was a guy. What did I tell you? That boy's sharp. Stop goofing around, Mr. Wright. This is serious business. Sorry, Your Honor. Hey, tell that to the chief of police. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15. One that the prosecutor, yep, this. Alright, no. Okay. Okay, so let's head on back to. Okay, so victim's ID number. Yeah, that has to be, because the ID number of this is 5842189. If it's different, then it is a different person. If it's the same, how can there be the same person died twice? Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their names after all. We keep a tie-eyed lid on ID number, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is... Are you serious? 5842189. How is this possible? No, because we already... No, this is just... Well, that's quite long. And we'd have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 82... I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? ID number at the police department. Well, it does tell me something that it is the exact same person. It tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning? It has to be what I think it is. But what does it mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you? Witness. What is it, Mr. Wright? You're getting like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, it's just, I got confused. And this is news. Huh? Just come out blunt with both guns blazing, like you always do. The police department, prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto. Personal IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 584-2189. The exact same number. And this means what exactly? Huh? Wait. That ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with a 2. I've forgotten. You didn't even get the first number right. Again. The number that the chief of police gave us was 584-2189. Wait a second, Wright. What does this mean? That's why I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, sharp as a tack, Righto. Sharp as a tack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Okay, so here's the thing. Possibly, two different people who look the same, and the ID number was just moved here because someone dropped it? Yeah, a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room, the exact same time. That's impossible. So what you're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time? And in a completely different location? No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine. But I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight. The grave error. Mr. Edgeworth. They're yours. What? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekings who brought you the news. Officer Meekings? Meekings?
Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait. Ah.
Oh yeah. He tried to give him news, just like, oh, don't talk to me when we like something. That was my mouse. Okay. I was actually stepping on the wire, but that's great. That's absolutely great. Good thing recording and stop. But anyways, yeah, Meeking's gonna be like, sir, we got something for you. Like, and Edward's like, no, don't talk to me. This is absolutely important. Excuse me, like, Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the promise? Where, sir? At the request of the chief, sir. I got your report, sir. You don't mean him? According to me, Seeks, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that the report had nothing to do with the Lawn Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdering the police department evidence. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Ugh. Why didn't your officer tell me?
Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged.
In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence on the duty of your part. Worthy. But, sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then I don't like these pauses. Why? No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy.
What?
Now, what was the second rule of Evans' law?
Well, Mr. Wright?
Huh? Oh, well, it's, Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. Now, how's this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in a court before trial. This report was on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until connection was proven in court. The connection was proven, was just proven by Wright over here. Good job, Wright, my boy. Huh? I was just doing my job. No. No! It seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy, with all those rumors. You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth. Please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. If it's the last thing I do. You better get the results in time. Really. You have my profound apologies, sir.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day to as the prosecution has requested. Will that be significant, Mr. Edgeworth? Sufficient. Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it is not decisive. Very well. This court is adjourned. Okay.